Hey everybody, long time no see. Wanted to give you an update on the channel and also show you where I'm at. I'm at Goodman State Fishing Lake in Kansas, which is north of Dodge City and just about 8 miles south of Ness City in it would be the western half of Kansas. The bus is doing great, still got a lot of building to do. You can see right here, a little dirty, but it's doing good. Starlink's working well. My girlfriend's rig, and she's working off Starlink right now. You can see I'm in the plains right now. And the lake down there isn't a lot to speak of. Water's pretty low. Got a nice little picnic area here. Bear's going for a walk with me. He wants to be in the video this time. We'll talk a little bit more about him towards the end. Come on, Bear. Let's go this way. Yeah, fire ring. Someone found it necessary to fill it with rocks, but I may empty that later and use it. There's a lot of neat little campsites along here that would be great for vans, car campers, small rigs. There's only a couple that are good for bigger rigs like mine, and we had a heck of a time getting my girlfriend's rig level. Had to use almost all our blocks and stuff, and it's kind of on a hillside, as you see. I'll walk over here. Here's one of the smaller sites here. I think it's kind of cool though. Little bench to sit out here. Now we've been seeing finches, blue herons, hawks, all kinds of other birds, vultures, you name it. A little dry, but it's got a trash dumpster, and up over the hill there you see just past our cars there's a vault toilet. Someone's camping over there, so I wanted to let them have their privacy. We'll take a walk up this way. Come on, Bear. I used some of the indigenous wood of the area to do little fences here. Kind of keep it in the spirit of some of the older Kansas looks. This picnic area, there's a date in the concrete, mid to late 80s. I couldn't tell what the last number was, either a 4 or an 8 of 1980. So you can hear the birds. They're just incredible here. It's really cool waking up in the morning listening to them singing to me. Now, this is free for 14 days. So you have trash, you have sheltered picnic area, and you're 8.2 miles, I believe it is, to Ness City, where you can get water. I'm not sure they have a dump station, but you can't be more than 30-40 miles from a dump station in the area. They don't have a laundromat that I'm aware of in Ness City, but there is one about 40 miles away. We're gonna stay here 4 or 5 days, and then we're heading off to South Dakota. I'm gonna be working near Midland on an organic farm instead of going back to trucking this year. My body and my mind can't handle trucking anymore, so I'm gonna take a break from it, maybe permanent. Here's another one of the sites here. You see a little bit of water down there. I might go down a little further and explore another day here. There's another loop that goes off back in that direction over there where the other people are camped, but I didn't want to disturb them. Now, as many of you may know, I had to put Sophie down December 27th. When we're in Quartzsite, I ended up having to run down to Yuma to a vet and found out she had a fatty tumor in her brain. It broke my heart. It really did. But I didn't get Bear necessarily to replace her, but more to memorialize her. Taking one dog out of a shelter leaves room for another one, so you're essentially saving two lives. He's got his issues. He's not a puppy. He's 4 years old, although he acts like a puppy sometimes. Stuff we're working on with him is socializing with other dogs. He has issues with other dogs. Very protective when he's on a leash. But he's come a long way with people and has become more friendly with people. He loves tennis balls. He loves anything you throw it, he'll bring it back. He'll find you a little twig about that big and bring it back to you. It's kind of funny. And he loves to go for walks, as you can see, and he stays right with me. He's much better off a leash than he is on a leash. I know people always say that, but it's true. He stays right with me. You hear I don't have to call him, and he comes right along with me. It's been tough without Sophie, but there's room in my heart for another dog. So he's a pretty lovely dog. He's a full-blooded English lab, and he'd been in the pound for approximately a month when I got him, and he was scared to death. He was jumping at his own shadow. But as you can see, this lake used to extend all the way along here. It was a long, narrow lake, and apparently even sometimes in the spring it would flood the road I came in on. It's fed by a river, I guess Walnut Creek. Now I saw towards town it was flowing. One of the forks of the river was flowing, but the other fork was not. I don't know if they diverted it, if it's being used going to a reservoir and the reservoir's low, or what's going on. I'm not sure, but definitely not feeding this area anymore from the looks of it. Now, back to the work camping. I'll be delivering produce in a van, not a truck, to produce stands, grocery stores, and restaurants. It's between Pierce, South Dakota and Rapid City. Gives me a chance to take care of my mail and everything, and which is great. Here's another one of those campsites, I'm sorry. Bear's checking it out too. Now, it's not as much money as trucking, of course, but I'm not working 24/7 and, you know, driving 700 miles a day. And it'll be a happy break this year. I'm really enjoying life this year. My girlfriend and I, Kristen, we have traveled together about 1,400 miles now, I think, roughly. Uh-oh, Bear's got a scent on something. Don't ya? You got a scent? Come on. He listens pretty good. Yeah, it's exciting to try something different. I've been in touch and did a phone interview shortly after I got to Quartzsite. I think it was in December for the work camping job. Seemed like nice people. I've got full hookups. I do have to burn 8 hours a week to handle hookups for both our rigs, but I'm only going to use hookups for one rig. They're aware of that, but they're going to give us a bigger parking spot. Get free produce and eggs every week. They have laundry on site, trash. Pretty good deal. Now, as you can see here, it's one big loop around on this side, and then a shorter loop that goes back after that fence to the left. It's a smaller fishing lake, but it's something you want to consider when you come to Kansas. Kansas is definitely one of my favorite places to camp. We just left Meade, Kansas before we came here. And if you look back, I made a video about it last year, City Park. And it's the second time I've camped there. And they had a free dump station, potable water, heated bathrooms, and the townspeople use it and keep it up. Really nice, really nice. Now, there is some information I want to check out right here. Let's see what they say here. Okay, so it's a fish salvage operation, which means that the water's getting too low for fish. They don't want them to die off, so they let you fish all you want, no limits, which is good. No sense those fish going to waste. A little breezy today. It's supposed to rain the next 3 or 4 days, but it rained last night. And it was kind of nice to hear the rain on the metal roof of the bus. Being, most of the year in the desert Southwest, we haven't heard that too much. Oh, there's a little weather station out there too. I don't know if you see it right there. You see that a lot in farm country to monitor the weather. National Weather Service, I'm sure, monitoring severe storms and conditions. Sorry, it's been a while since I talked to you guys. It's been a while, and I know someone sent me a nice email this morning asking about Sophie. They hadn't heard about it. I know my videos have been sporadic. I'll hopefully get a little better at that, and I apologize. It's been a tough time losing Sophie, and I haven't been really motivated. I'm sorry. But now that on the road again, I want to make some more videos and show you some more camping spots. Again, this is Goodman State Fishing Lake. It's off of US Highway 83, I believe. I'll have a GPS coordinates in the description. If you're traveling through here or near Dodge City, you might want to consider this. There is oil country over here. If you look right off in the distance over there, you can see an oil derrick and a pump. It's quiet. We are kind of an oddity to the locals, so we tend to get a few looky-loos coming through the campground, but they're harmless. Most of them wave and say hi. And besides the occasional cow here and there, we pretty much got it to ourselves besides the other people tent camping over there. And I haven't even met them. I haven't even seen them out. They've got a dog too, but that's fine. We kind of like keeping to ourselves too, so. I like the quiet. The last 3 camping spots we've had have had a lot of traffic noise, and it's kind of a nice break from it. I slept like a rock last night. that rain and everything else. If you have any questions on what's going on, the work camping job, please leave comments down in the description, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I try to answer everybody that asks me a question, or at least like your comment. I read all the comments. Hey Bear, you haven't seen those kind of stickers before. You better come over here. Bear, Bear. The little stickery bushes there. Don't want him to get one in his nose. He was from Yuma, so he's not used to seeing this type of country, but tell you, when I throw the tennis ball, he loves running on this grass. He just loves it. I wore him out yesterday. He was ready to go to bed last night. But anyway, the Starlink, I said the Starlink has been working great. Oh, yeah, one little mishap. This guy over here was excited at a gas station when I was putting diesel in the bus. Of course, the fill's on the back and the passenger side. He decided to run and jump on the bed in the back of the bus, and he stripped out the gears. So I have to kind of help it along when it's finding a signal. Come to find out, if you damage the dish, you can't just replace it. You got to get the whole system again. So another $600 in equipment that I'm looking at. So probably be just helping it along for a while before I can afford to replace it. But Bear, come on over here. Bear, hey. I was telling you how good he listens, now he doesn't want to. Bear, come on. Come on, buddy. Let's go, come on. There he goes. Don't worry about skunks in those bushes. That's all I need. Yeah, so it's not going to get replaced right away. The Starlink isn't, but eventually I will. Hope you enjoy this view. Some people may say it's plain and it doesn't have the appeal that the mountains and stuff does, but yeah, there's some beauty in the plains too, especially if you haven't been out here for a while. I've missed it. Seeing the green and the trees and the birds singing. We've got some other things coming up in the future. Trip to Mount Rushmore, some trips into the Badlands, the Needles Highway, the Wildlife Highway, and I'm excited for that stuff too. We'll be off every weekend usually, but might be exploring some of those places on the weekends. Wall Drug, you know, all the usual haunts in South Dakota. So thanks for coming along with on my journey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.